Welcome to Visit AKY's podcast. Today I have with me Dr. Jodelle Yount with Leo Wellness. Thank you for coming on today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I've been looking forward to this podcast. We have so much to talk about, so much to learn. So tell us about Leo Wellness.
Sure.
How it got started, how long you've been in business, what your background is, what led you to where you are now in functional medicine.
Sure. So Leo Health and Wellness actually started as just Leo, and it was tattoo removal is how I started. And this was, 11 years ago now, almost.
Oh.
And it was actually a funny story. I was getting a tattoo, and my tattoo guy was like, hey, you should open up. I knew I wasn't going to work. I'm an ER doctor by trade, but I was like, I'm not doing that forever. I want to run my own business. And he's like, you should do tattoo removal because they need that, and you have to be a doctor to start it.
Oh, well, who knew? I did not know that.
And I was like, really? And 3 months later. So you don't have to
be a doctor to do a tattoo, but you have to be a doctor to remove it.
No. You can train other people, but like you have to be over it. Like you have to have like some kind of like oversee, for a physician. But I have a tech who can run the machine once they're trained, but it's still under me.
Got it. Okay.
But anyways, I was like, that sounds fun. And I had no clue what I was doing. 3 months later, I had bought this machine for a 5-year loan and rented a place on Greenup, actually. That's where I started, where the Marine office is now.
Okay.
And rented that for a year. These buildings came up for sale the next year. Bought them. I was like, we'll just start doing it. And I just started adding on more services. So, at first it was more, I had no clue. I had all this health background, but no clue how to run a business. So it took me, 2 or 3 years to really start figuring out the flow and understand basic business things. And so I didn't really care as much about what I was offering at that point as I did like trying to figure out the business side.
Okay.
And now that it's been around longer, now we're moving more into the direction that I felt more passionate about, moving more into purpose type of thing.
Okay.
So as far as what I offer now, our biggest business, we still do the tattoo removal, but our biggest things we do are bioidentical hormones. I'm super passionate about like hormone health, and there's been a lot of misconception about that, and we're starting to now in the last year. That's really that's been changing,
and
I can tell
recently released supporting it, and saying there is total misconception on the negative health side effects that could have been a potential side effect that they're saying is not part of it now. And we've come so far. They used to use our moms used like the creams and things like that. They said there were links to cancer. But they're either we're finding out that that's not true, or that the bioavailable hormones quality that we have now, that is not, there's not a link.
So it's a crazy thing, and I could go all day about this, but the FDA just reversed its like black box warning about all the cancer stuff with the bioidentical hormones. And actually, I was listening to like the head of the FDA on another podcast, and he was talking about, this went down in some like hotel in either New York or Chicago where all these researchers were there, and there was a bunch of consenting like researchers saying, hey, this is not what our research has found, and this, if you publish this, it's going to set people back, especially women, for like years.
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened, and that's all documented, that they were like, that is not now, and now they've completely reversed that and said, no, that's not what the research shows. It's the same studies.
Okay.
But it was that big women's health initiative in the 90s. And they've said no. And so now a lot more people are inquiring about it or getting help. And so all these women suffered for no reason. I mean, you don't need to suffer with all the things that hormones are affecting. And more and more people are waking up to that. So that's a big thing of mine. That's one of our biggest services.
Women and men.
Yes, men, and that's another misconception is that men don't or women don't take testosterone. Well, that's not true. Yeah. Men have more, yes, and for instance, the levels for women that I do on the bioidentical, it's about 150 to 250 for testosterone. For men, we go up 900 to 1100. So yes, there's more. But they still need testosterone. It's still important for a lot of things. But you get about 7 hours total in all of my med school training and residency. I got about 7 hours of nutrition.
Wow.
You don't get any. And guess what? Food is medicine.
It absolutely is.
Food,
it's fuel.
It's
right?
fuel. There's so much crap and additives and
Yeah.
extra stuff that's not even real ingredients and cancer causing and all the stuff. And you think there's not a reason cancer stuff is going everywhere. It's in our environment. Every year there's so many new products created that are not controlled by anything, and it's
and
just
people
crazy.
don't think about what we put on our body. It absorbs
Absolutely.
into
Yeah. your deodorants, your shampoos,
into
your whatever.
our bloodstream.
Yes, absolutely. What your
Yeah.
detergent is, everything.
Yeah.
So there's a lot, there's a lot more that is never ever did I ever once hear any of that stuff talked about in the Western side. But guess what the focus is on a lot of this stuff, and let's fix your lifestyle, let's fix your nutrition, let's fix your physical health, let's look at some of these other things that may be environmental toxins. Like there's all these other buckets that they're looking and trying to fix first. Because your body, we're like a cup, if you're having all this crap done, and your body can handle it. Our bodies are so cool.
Yes.
They can handle a lot of stuff, but at some point you get to a point you're tipping over.
Yeah.
And that's where you're seeing a lot of these autoimmune and a lot of these breakdown things, because it's too much. You can only do so much.
And once we have a symptom, it's not that it's too late, but it's gone so far.
Yeah.
It's like, like you said, we can handle so much, and then we're overload.
Yes.
And then it's like, it's kind of hard to get it back and to right all of those wrongs. But you think about like exercise and nutrition being such a key role in how we feel mentally and physically. Medicine or exercise helps with anxiety. It reduces it so much.
Yeah.
It is amazing what it can do. And they don't really talk about it, but it's like they can't make somebody work out. They can't make somebody eat right. But they can give them medicine and they will take the medicine. You know what I mean? You can't make somebody take medicine either.
Because people want something that's easy and
fast.
Quick.
Yes.
I mean, it's just one of those things where people want things immediately. They want to be gratified immediately. And to be honest, healthy living is not easy. It requires discipline. It requires good systems.
Yes.
You're waking up. You're making sure you're prioritizing your sleep.
Yes.
You're prioritizing getting to the gym. You're prioritizing what you're eating, and it's not easy.
It is not. I've been really trying to figure out my macros and micros, and so not only just eating healthier all the time, but really figuring out what fuels me best and making sure that I'm hitting the micros, and that takes a lot of effort, and then tweaking and like what is actually a making sure you get enough greens and micros, or what's actually a fruit and a vegetable, and how that's all broken down, and how it fuels you for exercise and keeps you satiated and things like that.
And I'm a big fan of telling people, don't make it complicated when you're getting into stuff.
And it can get so complicated.
Just be easy.
Healthier and healthier.
I just tell people, whole foods, get single ingredient foods, get your meats, your fruits, and your vegetables, right?
Yes.
Start there. And then maybe if you're wanting to start looking at macros, might just start with protein first.
Yes.
Hit your protein goals. Everybody's too low on that, especially women. Hit your protein.
And hydrate.
And hydrate, and that's fine. Like, you don't have to make it so complicated. Pick one thing and do it. Start eliminating the crap.
Right.
Like,
when I get overwhelmed, I just back off and I say, hey, I'm learning.
Yeah. You don't have to make it hard. If you eat things that have one name to them, a banana, a steak.
Yes.
It's
Whole Foods.
It's pretty.
It's really where it's at.
Pretty easy. It's like you can really make it simple. And when I tell people, if it gets too complicated, you're not going to do it anyways.
Exactly.
Just stop. Just make it easy.
But if we do need to supplement, and that was one of my things too with the macros, I really didn't want to have to take supplements. I wanted to get it with food, with nutrition.
Absolutely.
But when we do need to take supplements, like in particular, our society seems to be very low on D3, vitamin D3.
Yeah.
I don't really understand that, even for people who work out in the sunlight a lot year round.
Yeah.
I know we get less sunlight in the winter, but I'm not sure why we're all short on vitamin D3.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a common supplement that's prescribed, and often prescribed without K2, which is critical for its absorption.
Yeah.
And you offer supplements when they're needed, and you choose this brand
That's one. So I can actually get supplements from any major U.S. supplier.
Okay.
So we use Full Script, which is really common, and so BioT is who I do the bioidentical hormones through.
Yes.
I really like their supplements. I put some out there just because they have really good supplements. I've never had a problem with them. But there's a few they don't have, like they don't have a good vitamin C, they don't have like a magnesium, like just some things that I know people like to take. So I can get any other supplement. There's a good amino acid company I like that's called Body Health.
Okay.
I like their, and it's all their branched chain amino acids and all that are in there too. So there are other supplements that they don't have. They have a lot, but I can get supplements for anybody. But again, like you said, I like that. Do your nutrition first. Then if you're not hitting it, or we do a lot of like genetic testing too.
Yes, you offer a lot of testing.
We do a lot of testing for like you can test heavy metals, more extensive, besides your basic labs, because we do the labs. You can do...
Real quick, let's go back to on the supplements.
Yeah.
Are these third-party tested so
Yes.
that they have no contaminants?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's something that I discovered through taking supplements, that they can have lead in them, commonly found.
There's a lot
and a lot of heavy
supplements.
metals.
A lot of heavy metals.
So it has to be third-party tested.
Yes.
And also it needs to be... is it bioavailable, the word where it's highly absorbable? The
Yes.
absorbic, right?
Yes.
And it doesn't ever say that on a lot of vitamins.
Yes.
They don't tell you how absorbic
Well,
it is.
I'm going to tell you, if you're just trying to go to Walmart and get your typical supplement, you're probably
Be
not going to
careful.
get
It's
good-
dangerous.
It's not...
Even the protein shakes.
Yeah.
One of them, it
Oh,
was
there's
like Garden of Life or
95%.
whatever. I don't know what the name brand was, but it was like, it seemed like it was organic and yada, 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 and it's like a lead contaminant. I saw there was a recall on it. So
95% of the protein shakes are crap too. There's a lot, and actually, in one of my functional nutrition classes I'm taking, we had to go and take our favorite protein shake, and we had to go and call the company and get all the info and all. I mean, it was insane, and like. You know, it turns out there's a lot that you don't know, and most of them are crap. Like it's interesting. It was an interesting experiment.
I'm going to finish this one, but I'm going to have to ask you about it later. 'Cause
but-
I feel like it's the best and safe. I feel like I know what to look for. But I did hear that recently that actually to get it third-party tested, you have to call the company and ask for...
You have to.
What's it?
There's all kinds.
Batch testing.
There's batch testing. There's a certificate of analysis type of stuff that you can ask for. There's like we had to do like 6 things that we had to ask them for.
And they have to provide it.
They have to, like, legally, I guess.
How do they act when you call? I feel like the person who answers the phone is going to be like,
they had no idea, like the first person I talked to, and then I had to email a couple of the things they didn't have.
Oh, okay.
So
So
it's
did you
kinda
discover that something you might have been consuming was not what you thought it was?
A lot of them, I read through a bunch of the people, like, because we could have access to everybody's research, so on different ones. So several of them that you're really like, you know, and don't ask me because I couldn't tell you, but I read through all of them.
There was like about brands.
There was like 40 of them, and I'd say like one of them passed the test. So
Wow.
all of them, yeah.
Can you say the one that passed the test? We just said we wouldn't talk about brands.
I was going to say, I don't even want to, I'm afraid I'll say something wrong.
Okay,
so I don't want to say, but the point of the whole genetics thing is I was going to use myself as an example.
Okay.
The MTHFR gene mutation's huge.
Yes. About
50% have it. It does affect even like antidepressants, what you can take and stuff like that. It matters for a lot of meds. But anyways, I have like the worst mutation on that. It puts you at risk for your homocysteine being elevated, which is inflammatory.
Yes.
So you have more risk for vascular problems, heart problems, that kind of stuff. So anyways, in the genetics, it'll say, here's your nutrition that we recommend, like high greens and that kind of stuff, right? And then they say, if you are going to supplement, here's what would be beneficial, right? So
Yes.
for me, I'm taking like omegas and CoQ10s because they're anti-inflammatory, they're heart protective, right?
Yes.
And then I'm always low on my vitamin D. I always have been. So yeah, I take my D with my K2 in it.
Yes.
But these are very specific to me, right?
Yes.
Like they're not. And then methylated B vitamin.
Methylated B, because you can't process B vitamins if you have the MTHR gene.
That's right. And what's in all of our white breads and these enriched products? folic acid.
Yes.
It's a synthetic version of the
Yes.
vitamin B that they put in, okay?
Right.
So anybody 50% that they think, you can't break that down well. So it's accumulating. It can cause bad moods and memory issues and all kinds of stuff because your
So
body
it
can't
jumps
break
up
it
in your
down.
system
It
and
jumps
doesn't
up.
process.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
So that's where these methylated, those are what you can use.
Okay.
So these are the issues when they enrich and just add these synthetic things
Yes,
in. Yeah.
yes. Oh, should everyone take methylated B?
No, because again, if you can get your B set, you might be methylating fine. You may not have any issue. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe in a shotgun approach for
Is there
doing
negative? Is there a negative effect to taking methylated B?
Most of the Bs you're going to pee out. That's why you see the bright orange and bright
Yes.
yellow. You're going to pee out the extra usually on a B vitamin. It's harder to overdose on like the water soluble vitamins.
Okay.
Now, like the A, D, and K, which are like the fat soluble and stay around longer, you can have more problems if you're taking too much of all those.
Okay.
Because they stick around. The water solubles usually are going to filter out. I'm not saying you
So
can't
give me an
overdose,
example of water solubles and fat solubles.
all the Bs are water soluble, and C is
Okay.
water soluble, and then A, D, E, and K are fat soluble vitamins.
Okay, got it.
So.
And the D is D3 is in particular what people are typically low in.
Yeah,
right?
it's typically the one that they're going to supplement with. And again, it's really you'll see, go to the shelves and look, you'll see a lot of them don't have K2.
And then as far as the vitamin C,
I'll tell you what these, because I had people that were taking prescription Ds like that, and they're like,
Yeah.
I'm still low, I'm up, but I'm not like as high. And I'm like, just take those for a month and let's recheck it. And they're like, oh, yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, you just needed help absorbing, that's
right,
it.
exactly. And now I know they do have a vitamin C with this, but it's not the liposomal or what.
Yeah.
So there are different vitamin Cs.
I don't want to go into the weeds with all this stuff, but there
Okay.
are different vitamin C's, and again, that's not something you're really going to overdose on. But they'll say a daily. This is the other thing. The recommended daily limit's always like really low.
Yes.
Typically on a lot of these, I think it says maybe 500 on vitamin C milligrams. But guess what we do when we have a flu or something like that? We're like, take 2 grams.
Yeah.
Take 4 times the amount of the recommended.
We load up on the
and it's not
vitamin
going to
C.
hurt you. So my point is, usually you're not on those going to like overdose.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to really, really, really go crazy.
Yeah.
You
I was
know?
just thinking of the vitamin C that is most absorbic and
Yeah.
best for our body, because there are a couple different kinds,
Yeah.
which I didn't even realize initially. But let's go back to your business. And
We
so-
jump around. I like it.
Yes. So you offer hormone health. You offer genetic testing.
Oh yeah, we do. So we can do telehealth is a big thing for us.
Yes. I didn't know that you did telehealth.
Yes, and I named it You Can Call Jan. I had fun with it.
Okay.
But
You're always having fun.
I always have way too much fun with the names. But no, like any of those simple things, people don't want to. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get into your doctor, right?
Yeah.
And you can call, and within 24 hours, like so, coughs, colds, poison ivy, cold sore, medication refills, questions on testing you had, any of those things. It's a call and we get an answer. We can send you a school or work note. We can send you whatever you need.
That's awesome.
And send your prescription in. And I'm licensed now. I've got 42 states. I'm working to get all. I chat GPT this. There's
Good old chat.
14 doctors who have all 50 states licensed in the whole U.S.
Really?
And I'm going to be number 15. I have this on my goal list this year.
love
But
that.
it takes a long time to get licensed in each state, so it's a lot of money. But like my goal is so that I can do the whole nation. But I got 42 out of 50 right now.
Wow.
So I'm working on it. But so yeah, they can call
That's impressive, Jodelle.
our office and they can do that. We can do IVs. We have a pelvic floor chair to treat like incontinence and that kind of stuff, which is big, especially women have babies. It tightens the whole pelvic floor.
Yes.
We have an all women's gym, the basement that we do.
Yes.
And we can do
information
the
on that.
nutrition. There's a lot of stuff. We have we can do hair restoration. We have the only one in this area actually. It's called Amated, and it's no needles. I used to inject people with all kinds of growth factors.
Wow.
And so now we do that. It's a painless. It uses like acoustic wave pressure, and We put a patented formula down to the hair follicle and help stimulate the growth. So it does really well. It's not painful. So we can do that.
Wow, I bet that's very helpful for a lot
yeah,
of people,
yeah,
women and men that
absolutely.
have hair loss. I mean, it can cause,
so
people can be very self-conscious about that. So you're really reaching out and helping a lot of people in
we
our community.
We do a lot of
and you
sexual
can
health
reach
stuff
beyond
too.
our community
Absolutely.
too by telehealth, or people can come into Ashland and come over to Leo Wellness. It's right next door to us. So.
We're neighbors,
Yes,
so,
we are.
Yeah, so it's fun, and like I like to do the educational stuff. Like I tell you, if you guys are podcasters, and check out the Feed Your Lion. That's my podcast. We do, all kinds of health related, from spiritual to physical to mindset, all the things. And
wonderful.
So check that out. It's on YouTube, Spotify, all the things. But I've been doing that for about 2 or 3 years now. So check us out with that. And
okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I feel like you have some books here that you have brought.
Yeah.
I had no idea you've written books, and you have an education. I mean, you are always learning, right? You enjoy learning in all ways, but in school as well, like in college, and you have multiple degrees. Right?
I've been a lifelong nerd. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, like,
lifelong learner. It's actually a really cool thing. When in high school you're like, oh, that's a nerd. No, they're smart.
It's fun. I like the discipline of continuing it. I think that's what it is. I like to have systems and disciplines in place, because it's easy when you don't have that to just let things go. So I like to have systems in place that set up for success. But honestly, the book thing for me has been kind of a creative outlet. Making T-shirts and doing books has been kind of because a lot of the things are serious, and you got to be kind of. So it gives me an outlet. When I'm on a track, I like to do a page a day, which takes like 20-30 minutes. So I've got 3 out. I'm working on a 4th and 5th right now. So
wow.
Yeah, but
are they a series?
That one's a twofer. So there was Bioidentical, that's the second one, The Rise on. That's a dystopian world. And then When the Rain Comes is a vigilante ER doctor. That would be my character. She hunts down sex traffickers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your character. Look at that. That looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
And you sell these in your store?
Yeah.
I love that. And online as well?
Yeah, it's on Amazon too.
Okay. Wonderful.
So yeah, it's fun. But yeah, so that's kind of, I think you got to have a creative. I think people have a hard time and more burnout when they don't have a creative outlet.
Yes, I would agree with you.
I think you need that.
Yeah,
find the thing that makes you happy and make time to do it.
Yeah, have fun, right?
Yeah, have fun. I mean,
and keep your interest alive.
Yes,
I feel like it benefits our life and our longevity to have those individual interests and hobbies and things that bring us joy.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was talking about, you have this one big crazy goal you should do a year, like that you make sure you get done, like apart from your daily grind of stuff, but then have these fun moments that you plan before you do any work. Put them on a calendar first and take the time, because it matters to take those moments to yourself. You need to feed your soul a little bit.
And I've seen too that planning something and having it on a calendar, like a vacation or whatever, instead of just doing it last moment. If you plan it a year out, that the planning and the anticipation of it is just as important as the actual vacation itself.
Absolutely.
Or the actual event itself.
Absolutely. For your mind. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. I mean, we let things go, and I was just talking about this with a friend last night, our relationships and our stuff. We have all these things, and we get caught up with stuff, and you got to be careful, because people can take away your time really easily. So you got to kind of guard your time. You don't get any of that back. That's your one commodity. You don't get it back. Whatever you get is what you got. And so making sure that you're putting those things that are priority to you down, and guarding that.
Yes.
And addressing it first, not last, not when I get around to it.
Right.
Making
and
it.
How often do we, the people closest to us, they may be last, or we take them for granted, but we need to make sure that we're taking care of those people and pouring into those relationships.
Absolutely.
yeah, I think it has to be intentional.
Absolutely.
Because time, it just slips through our fingers. It's,
Mhm.
you know, it goes so quickly. So
Absolutely.
being intentional is important.
Mhm.
I always enjoy talking to you, Jodelle. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Absolutely.
You want to share your website,
Yes.
your phone number, your address?
Sure. So the website is www.leohealthandwellness.com. It's all together, leohealthandwellness.com. Our office number is 606-393-1211. We're on all the things. And again, you can get on YouTube or Spotify for the Feed Your Lion podcast. But we're on all the Facebook, Instagram, the TikToks, all the things. So,
Okay,
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. And remember to visit aky.com. You can check out our calendar for upcoming events. You can register for events like First Fridays and Makers Markets that are coming up. If we have local vendors who are interested in participating in that, you can advertise your business at First Friday. Come and share whatever it is you're involved in. Set up a booth. You can register for that online. We would love to see you out. We want to see our streets full. We want to see our downtown thrive, and we want to be able to support that. So check out those events and follow us on social media. Visit aky.com or visit ashlandkentucky.com. Or, well, it's not .com. It's just visit Ashland. We won't take that out. We'll just keep it real.
There you go.
And also want to shout out to our newest sponsors. ACTC, Ashland Community and Technical College, sponsored us recently, and we are so grateful. So we definitely want to make sure that everybody knows we have a wonderful college here in our community, wonderful starting point, and they have so many schools that they work with, and they have been an amazing part of my life. I recently went back to school and just got my degree, so I'll be walking at the Paramount
Yay.
Theater May 8th. Yeah. So shout out to ACTC. Thank you for being a sponsor. We will definitely promote you to all of the...
You need this person too.
Oh, yes. I'm not going to forget this person too. This weekend, speaking of the Paramount Theater, Colton Dixon will be here Saturday. Make sure you get your tickets. Family-friendly concert. Bring your family out and enjoy that and support the Paramount Theater coming back and revitalizing. Also, they're going to be having Bill Taylor and the Appalachian Heathens April 15th at 6 p.m. If you've never heard of Bill Taylor, check him out on YouTube and the Appalachian Heathens and see how they just check them out and listen to their soulful sound. And they are just the epitome of the Appalachian region and such talent. He performed with his dad all his life, and they have a great story. Anyway, so we would love to see you there. It's actually a private showing for the Appalachian Funders Network Conference that is coming into Ashland, Kentucky. We are so grateful to have them come to our town, to choose our town to visit and to consider investing in and to get to know who we are. And so this is actually a concert for them, but they're opening the doors to let everyone else come and be a part of it. So it's only $25 a ticket. You can get your tickets at the Paramount Theater with no fees. You can also get them online. There's a link on our social media. And we hope to see you there. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and we look forward to seeing you next time.